So I am recording this video because I would like to share about Hathor Heka school. And that means that I'm going to be sharing about something that it feels very tender and feels very vulnerable, because I'm actually birthing. I'm in this process of birthing something through me. And at the same time choosing to be visible in that birth as also a transmission of the teachings of this school. Perhaps with the intention to ignite and to inspire other people, and mainly women, to birth, to be visible, to bring the feminine ways of, I wouldn't say building, but manifestation, like bring things into form, but in our ways, in the feminine ways. So this is the reason why I choose to be visible, to be that perhaps flame that ignites another flame. So many of us, we choose to be visible and we choose to birth at this time. And I choose to share from a place of maybe a different culture. So instead, like being sitting rigid and trying to transmit a very linear, spoken word, logical sharing of this school, I'm actually going to choose to rest back and down and take all the time that I need and pause and feel and close my eyes and sound and maybe move, maybe sing, maybe dance, if it's something that supports this transmission. And there is a part of me that I want to also lean into the ways of storytelling and the ways of the myth to talk about hair. Let's just call it hair, like this mystery school of the body, this Hathor Heka school. Yeah, and perhaps like every story begins with a long, long time ago. And I guess the only story that I can talk from is my own story, my own myth. And since the beginning of the time, since I remember, all was about feeling. Everything was about feeling. Since a little child, the deep way of a connection to life itself, it was through deep feeling. And it was there in that deep feeling where what I call nowadays magic exists. And although, I moved through all of these years with different life experiences and different teachings and different learnings, what remained beyond all of that, the essence of all of that, was that reality of the feeling body. And it is what is at the core of this mystery school, like to remember the ways of feeling, to remember that reality that exists beyond what we have been presented with life, as we have been sold as this is life. And there is probably a part of you, at least exists in me, a part of me that is like, no, that is actually not life at all. And life itself lives beyond, lives in, lives down. It is actually a reality of magic that holds in a very beautiful way the paradox of life. So it's actually very different than the linear right, wrong way of seeing and perceiving things. It's actually much more deeper and much more real than that. And I mean, we can call it many names like heart resonance, womb wisdom, intuitive knowing, feminine wisdom. But somehow, I really believe that we need this right now in a very urgent way. Like there is this like knowing of like, it's just now, we cannot wait. Like the ones that we hold that capacity to feel, it's time to embrace that. It's time to dive deep into that. It's time to like be visible in that feeling body and to start navigating all of that doorways of the feeling body to unlock deeper wisdom of reality, to remember how to birth, to remember how to die, and ultimately to remember how to live this life, and how precious is this life, and how sacred is this life, and how important is that all of us, we take responsibility about how we live this life. It's such a, like, I mean, I feel it in my whole system around how important it is right now to take the responsibility of holding life as sacred. And I'm also aware that, I use words as priestess and the sacred, and maybe this is a little bit like out there for many. But I'm actually really down here. I'm actually talking about going down into the earth. I'm talking about instead like orienting towards an external authority, to actually going inwards and find our own inner authority and our own inner knowing. Not to become isolated or individualized and separated, but to reconnect to the essence of who we are, that is pure benevolence, and to start building relationships with others and with the land that coming from that benevolence. And I'm not in a male body. I don't know how that technology works. I don't know how that. I have a female body. I know how this technology works as an expression of nature. And it's absolutely potent. It's absolutely magic. We know the ways of creation. We know the ways of the womb. We have access to everything. And again, I want to bring that word of responsibility of that, of to take the time that you need to remember these ways and to place them in service to the community. It is a deep longing of mine, but I think it's also a deep knowing that a new way of living wants to be born. New communities that lives in harmony with the cycles, with the honoring of the sky, and deep anchoring in the heart. And again, I'm not saying that from a place of love and light. I'm saying this from a place of deep commitment to work towards that. Acknowledging that we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of distortion inside us. We have created a culture that is completely against the organic. And taking internal responsibility of that. And supporting each other to transform that, to remember the ways of the organic, the ways of the natural, the ways of the earth. So I'm assuming and guessing, because I don't know anything, but this school that is being born and is actually happening is all about that. The name of the school is Hathor Heka. Hathor means the womb, and Heka means magic. It's the womb magic. And what I see, and again, and I'm so aware that we are at the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. So what I'm saying today, it may be shaped. It may change and shift. But I see cycles and welcoming women in that can go through the organic cycle of the feminine wisdom and grow and expand her capacity to not only hold themselves, but hold others and welcome others in the cycle. And those cycles will be very natural and organic. We will feel them. We will know when it's time to cross the threshold and be initiated in another rite of passage of womanhood. When it will be time to birth, and also when it will be time to let the baby, or with whatever we born, let it go and grow. When it will maybe time to rest back from a role of leadership and be more into witnessing and holding from the unseen. We will know. We will know. At the moment, what is actually happening and is being born already is the year one. We have already journeyed through the year, and it seems like the maiden, the beginning of the beginning, the spring, the part of us that with that beginning brings a lot of wonder, brings a lot of curiosity, vitality, wanted to learn, wanted to experience. And also a sense of or longing to feel safe in this world. A longing to discover who we are, what is our uniqueness, and getting the support for the elders to reconnect to the earth, to begin our menstrual cycle. So in the year one is all about a little taste of the rite of passage of womanhood. there is a little taste of what actually means the energy of the priestess as a bridge between different realities. And there is a lot of emphasis in maturing the body-mind, in maturing ourselves as women in the world, so we can just get more responsibility, we can think about others when the time is right. But this year actually it's all about thinking about ourselves and looking after ourselves and getting to know our own rhythms and our own pace and our own bodies and our own minds and our own hearts. And this is very important. Without the knowing of the self, we can't actually think about building communities or open our hearts to others or having healthy limits and boundaries. We need to become in touch and intimate with who we are. So this is year one. And also, there is a lot of emphasis in how to hold a space for others, so that others, they can also are invited to be in touch with themselves without intervention, without our own ways of seeing things or experiencing things to be, put into others, but more like, how can I be in relationship with someone and hold a space for someone that is going through a deep moment of transformation, of healing? Well, I'm actually believing that this person is the expert of their own experience. I can hold that with love, and I can get curious, and I can rest back and down within my own self. So it's a deeply year of transformation, of perhaps the gaze of life itself. I always talk in my teachings around how important it is to have a primary relationship with life itself, beyond thinking about having, a partnership or a friendship. Or even like with our children, right? That is such a, deep, fierce, instinctual love. But beyond even that, what is your relationship with life? Do you actually have a relationship with life? Do you know what I'm actually talking about? That is year one, is to build a strong relationship with life. So then we can start opening to other forms of relationship. So it's very foundational, but very life-changing. Yeah, and then year two is coming now. I mean, this year, 2026, we begin another year one in May. And now, in a few weeks, we begin year two. So year two has a very different flavor, goes into the archetype of the mother. And I say the archetype of the mother moving my hand like this because it's an energetic holding of the year. So it's actually the mother archetype who's holding the whole year. And the mother archetype, in a sense of, descending into the heart and womb union. That is what the initiation of the mother brings us into connection with in the rite of passage of womanhood. So a lot of orientation in womb consciousness. That is lunar, it's not solar. So it's not linear, it's not out, it's not transcendental. It's actually inside, and it's descending, and it's immanent, and it's cyclical, it's spiraling, and has a very different flavors of expression. So instead going into trying to understand or bring into logical or intellectualize the experience itself. It goes into like a felt direct experience of reality. It's very shamanic. It's very, I mean, at least for me, how it expresses in my system, it's very artistic. It's the creatics. So we become very in touch with God, Goddess, in a sense of that as mothers, we're in the process of birthing something, right? So we are impregnated with the seed of life within our own wombs. And whether it's, we're going to have a physical child, we are going to birth our own soul, like our own essence into the world. We are going to become more visible in our light. Whether it's an offering that wants to come through us, a specific expression that is going to be adding to this, collective awakening. So, first of all, it has a process of it. It's not like one thing that happens like that. It has like an internal maturation that happens inside, in the unseen, in the silence of pregnancy, of this 9 months pregnancy inside. There's an internal preparation of our psyche and our bodies to first of all birth something, but even more important than that is how to hold that thing that is being born, like how to choose to stay and to love. That requires a completely different embodiment. That is what we call a mother. From the psyche of a maiden, we wouldn't be able to hold love and to nourish and to choose to stay and to take responsibility and to really orient towards the needs and like a deep caring of that, thing that is being born. Whether again is the child, is the soul, is an offering. It requires such a devotional embodiment, but also like a fucking grow up, like a lot of maturity. Like I feel like in the mother requires this bigness, like from the maiden that can be more like even like thin physically and more fragile and more like light, to like the mother has to be dark, has to be big hips, has to be big breasts, has to be this like internal bigness to hold such a way of being for another being, and holding not just that nourishment and care and love for this being, but this like fierce love, this like capacity to like protect, capacity to like hold the limitations and the boundaries, to protect the sacred and to protect the innocent, to say this is not okay or this is yes. So the word that comes to me when I talk about the mother is power. It's a lot of power. A lot of power that comes from the womb, because the womb is this technology, this battery, this charge of Kundalini energy, of Shakti Ma from the earth. It like is unstoppable, it's untamed. It's like pure creation and link to the heart, to like how this energy can be expressed through benevolence, through care, through kindness, through also like orienting towards long term, that what we're building here, why we're doing this, what are my behaviors and my ways of being and my embodiment is going to be impacting new generations in the future. Maturity. So this year is all about that. And the roadmap that we will be utilizing this year is the gates of the womb. So it is a map that already exists within us. This mystery school of the body, it shows us as women that we can rely and we can trust the gnosis that exists within us, the gift that has been already given to us just because we have this female body. So we don't need to go to an external school and to learn from sacred books and to learn from other masters, and I'm not saying that is wrong. That can be really inspiring, but I'm saying that at least the pillar that I hold and this specific school, it is a reminder that everything is inside you, but not from a place of coming from I will convince you with my mind. It comes from a place of experience, of embodiment, of knowing that unlocks when we are connecting into deep feeling. So this year too, that begins in actually 2 weeks, of course it's open for all the women that already journeyed last year in year 1 and they now want to deepen the experience, but also for women that perhaps they didn't do year 1, but they have already a decade of experience in embodiment, in self-holding, in this maiden archetype. They are already in relationship with the mysteries of the blood. They have done some work with embodied presence, perhaps with their own shadows, and they have, a sense of internal holding. And they want to now deepen into the inner gnosis. And what I sense is that a longing of being more visible, because it's time to show up. It's time to birth your soul into this world. Not coming from an egoistic aspect of I just, want to be someone in the world, but coming from a sense of responsibility of my heart is crying for the current situation of this world. And I want to do something about it. I want to become the embodiment of change. I want to bring my voice into the world. Bringing your legacy. It's a calling that happens within. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just no doubt. When this calling comes, it's just this flame, this fire. It's just I can't not see this. The feeling is through my whole system. And it's not about complaining about the external or trying to fight with external forces. It is a knowing that I have to revisit all aspects within me to come into alignment with my longing, that is being in harmony with life itself. So I called you in, woman, that you are feeling this inner call to join the Year 2 Priestess training into the womb mysteries. Or if you are at the beginning of this journey and you feel a little bit kind of scared or maybe a little bit shy, but you feel yes, this year 1, it will give you confidence. Not from a place of you need to dress up in a certain way, or confidence because you are rooted in who you are. You are rooted into your body as an extension of the earth. That is where you will be confident. that you feel safe enough to feel, safe enough to be vulnerable, safe enough to bring your voice. Year one. 2026 comes strong. Let's take this opportunity, like everything is designed right now for people to show up in their essence. So let's take this opportunity to say yes to life.
Under the moon we rise, feet on the earth, the ancient tides. Feel